Hello, welcome to my little workspace corner. Today I'm going to compare 3 different types of mice that I can use with my iMac and also my MacBook Air. Those are the 2 computers that I use the most, my laptop and my desktop, both which are Apple products. And the mouses that we're going to talk about today are the Apple Magic Trackpad, the Apple Magic Mouse, and this Bluetooth mouse from Tecknet. And I'm going to let you know pros and cons of each one and which one I ultimately use most days. So first off, we're going to start with, I would say, the weirdest one, the trackpad. The trackpad has really good responsiveness and it's super easy to connect to other Apple products. That's probably one of the huge benefits of honestly both of these, is because they are Apple products. They play really nicely and connect completely seamlessly to an Apple computer or iPad, which is amazing. This trackpad is super responsive and it's got a lot of really cool gestures built in with like scrolling, and you can see on my screen it's actually changing as I show this. And generally, I would say this one is the most comfortable to use because you can just put your hand on the desk and then you can use a whole trackpad to navigate around your screen. Also, the whole trackpad is clickable, so if you're going to click the mouse, you can do that anywhere. You don't have to be at any specific spot to do that on the trackpad. So I would say really versatile, connects really easily. This one charges using the cord. Just plug it into charge, rechargeable, doesn't take any batteries. It is also great. So those are a lot of pros of the trackpad. I would say the cons of the trackpad are that it's not super intuitive to use. All the gestures and everything that are built into it, you have to get used to. It doesn't feel like using a regular mouse. It feels more like using a touchscreen mouse, if that makes sense. So I would say just in general, it's a little hard to use as far as beginner learning curve goes, but some people think it's really intuitive. I found it a little bit challenging. All right, let's go to the next one. So this is the Apple Magic Mouse. This is like the in-between because this is both a point and click mouse that you can use just like the traditional way, move it around on a mouse pad or a surface, click. It's also clickable anywhere. There's no specific buttons. There's like the top half of it is a click. It's a little loud. That click noise would get on my nerves after a while, so that's one of the cons for me. Another pro of this mouse is I feel like it's familiar and intuitive enough because it still feels like a mouse, but it has some of the same built-in features and gestures as the trackpad that you can use to scroll. You scroll with a finger, change slides. There's some easy zoom functions that you can learn how to do where you like press command and then zoom using your mouse. Again, it's not super intuitive. There is a bit of a learning curve on it of just figuring out how all those features work. This one, just like the Apple trackpad, plays very nicely with a MacBook, an iPad, anything like that that's an Apple product. And again, the way that you charge it, same way as the trackpad, it just plugs right in here. You don't have to deal with batteries. It's rechargeable, which is great. All right, third option, a more traditional mouse. This is not made by Apple. This one is made by Tecknet. This is actually the silent click version because, like I said, the clicking noise starts to drive me crazy after a while. It gets me feeling overstimulated. So I got the silent click version. This has settings to do Bluetooth or to do 2.4 gigs and plug it in with one of these little adapters into a USB port, so you can connect it either way. Right now I have it connected Bluetooth, and I will say that a con of this doesn't play quite as nicely with Mac products. Yes, it will work consistently, and I don't experience a lot of lag with using it. Some people have said they do, but I don't experience lag or connectivity issues once it's connected. But when you first connect it, an Apple laptop or a desktop is not going to immediately recognize it. You have to actually go in manually through the Bluetooth options, pair it, connect it. So there's definitely some more work to be done on the front end of connecting a mouse like this that is not an Apple native product. It has a little scroll wheel built in that I like, but as far as the other features of it go, it's just a regular mouse, right? It's got right click, it's got a scroll wheel, you move it along like you would a regular mouse. And I do feel like I like this little thumb groove. I feel like that's extra comfortable for me. I do find myself resting my hand just like that. And this tends to be a really comfortable, easy, smooth mouse. So I will tell you, this is just my choice, but I have all three of these, and most days I choose to use this one. I love all the gestures and the super easy compatibility and rechargeability of the Apple Touchpad and Magic Mouse. But at the end of the day, I really like an old school mouse, and I love that this one has the silent click, so I don't have to listen to the click noise all day. I will say another big con of this one, which is something that I don't love, is it does take batteries. So you do have to replace, it takes 2 AAA batteries. That's kind of annoying. I really wish it was rechargeable. Tecknet, if you want to come out with a rechargeable version, I will definitely buy it from you. But for me, my preference between the three is actually the least expensive, the least fancy one. Everybody knows how to use a regular mouse. There's no learning curve on trying to figure out how to do the different functions on it. So to me, that's the one that I prefer to use. But I will say all three are excellent products, and some days I do switch it up and use one of the other ones because they are really great, especially for all the features and gestures that Apple has built into them once you learn how to use them.